cidade, mas nenhuma delas tem o show que cê dava na cama. Nenhum DJ toca essa bossa louca que me ama. Mas cê deve ter jogado pra game. Eu não quero beber, eu não quero sair. A vida de solteiro que eu sonhava não era assim. Mas tá, vamos lá, vamos continuar a nossa saga. Ok, deixa eu ver se dá pra fazer alguma coisa aqui. Mas cê deve ter jogado pra game. Eu não quero beber, eu não quero sair. A vida de solteiro que eu sonhava não era assim. Bom, pelo menos deu pra fazer. O que é isso? 60 pontos de sangue, ótimo. Tá, eu tenho pra fadiga. Tem que comprar mais coisas. Eu não sei pra que serve esse negócio de reciclar. Tá, vamos lá. Bora seguir a nossa... Falar nisso... Ah não, mas se bem que ele tá bem de saúde, ele não vai estar mal de saúde não. Vamos tentar caçar esse negócio que tá faltando. Investiga as ações de Dário Petresco. Esse é o problema. Nossa, o cara destruiu comigo. Mas cê deve ter jogado pra game. Eu não quero beber, eu não quero. A vida de solteiro que eu sonhava não era assim. Mas cê deve ter jogado pra game. Eu não quero beber, eu não quero sair. A vida é do que eu sonhava não era assim. Tá bom. Então eu tô sem vida, então. Com quanto que eu tô de sangue? Com quanto que eu tô de sangue, então? Ah, eu tô só com 105? Tá, deixa eu ver se ele recupera a vida. Não, não recupera a vida não. Caraca, então por que eu apanhei tanto assim? Tá, não vou enfrentar esse bicho não. Nossa, esses caras é forte pra caralho. Que cara tá tentando arrombar ali? Ah, mas esses caras é tudo forte? É? Não, vou vazar daqui. Ai, velho. Vambora. Mas... deixa eu lembrar o que eu tenho que fazer. Ih, eu vou ter que matar esse bicho de novo? Ah, não. Eu coloquei pra frente, viu, Anta? Ah, esse aqui estado tá grave. Mas eu não tenho o que fazer aqui pra ajudá-lo. Eu não tenho remédio suficiente. Esse cara tá morto.
It's locked, all right.
Locked. Acho que o segredo tá naquele cemitério.
I cannot enter.
Ok, a porta não abre desse lado. Estojo de cigarro. Deixa eu ver. Droga, o que eu faço, hein? Deixa eu ver esse cara aqui.
Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Eu não tenho o remédio que ele quer. O que ele tem? Enxaqueca.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Essa parte tá mais difícil do que eu imaginava. E esse ladrãozinho aí?
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Te peguei com a boca na botija, hein, colega?
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Dá remédio.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Esse fica bem. Pare de roubar.
Goodbye, young man.
Cadê o cemitério, hein? Tô voltando tudo. Tem um cemitério por aqui. Mas aqui não é tão vantajoso pra mim, não. Mas nenhuma delas tem um jogo, cê dava na cama. Nenhum DJ toca essa voz falando que me ama. Não tem nada pra fazer aqui não. Que filho da mãe, velho. Eu não acredito nisso. Que droga. Que raiva. Estranho que eu não tinha visto essa porta. Eu não tinha visto essa porta não. Lugar fechadão. Velho, tá tirando. Não é possível. Zerrado. Bosta. Não entendi, eu tenho um negócio pra colocar sangue, mas... Ah, tá, entendi. Não é bem dessa forma que eu tô imaginando. Ok. Novo colecionável. Ué, o que eu fiz? Voltei pela porta? Meu Deus.
It's locked.
Faz sentido, né? Esse tem mais um. Só queria o seu sangue, velho. Então tem que caçar onde que eu tô.
I cannot enter.
Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Tá. Acho que é por aqui.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine.
Esse lugar aqui. Ixi. Bala. Ixi. Nossa, que galera! Esse cemitério que é o problema. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa pra cá. Cemitério que eu tenho que matar um por um. Era com você mesmo que eu tenho que
Good
falar.
evening, sir.
Não é nada.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott,
Poeta.
at your service.
Então você é um poeta. Vamos, nos conte sobre sua
May I
vida.
ask what you're doing at this hour of night? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure
Desde
of a
passeio
quiet walk.
tranquilo.
Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Faz sentido.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Faz sentido também.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in the city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
É um ponto de vista bem peculiar.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
É, você tem razão. Sua vida.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Quem ajudará você se estiver em perigo?
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
Ué,
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor.
faz sentido.
And my family despises me.
E aí, Gabriel, tudo bom? Tá, vamos ver se ele precisa de alguma
It
coisa.
may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
Fadiga também? Ah, vou dar um remédio.
Your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir.
Eu gosto dele.
You should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind.
Tratamento para resfriado.
Physical health.
Tá.
But I
É bom
appreciate
porque essa área tá muito em risco. Eles estão em risco, então é bom ele ficar, né? A florista muda faz parte do quê? A florista muda faz parte de um conluio.
Did you know the mute
Que bom que está bem.
is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information.
Isso apenas enriquece o
It
véu.
only enriches the mystery surrounding the
Faz
precious
parte
commodity.
das conquistas também deixar os caras bem. Não tem curiosidade? Você é romântico,
I
nato.
fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Little.
Guilty as charged, Doctor.
Tem toda razão, Dr. Reed. Não tem curiosidade?
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
Baixando o emulador de Android aqui no notebook. Android que?
Whatever she may
PS2?
be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Todos. É, ele já tá bem, tá com o sistema.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se.
Pra jogar Among
How
Us.
to explain it?
Que isso,
Stirring and challenging.
gente desafiador. Não acha um tanto mórbido? Não, tem algum
In what
exemplo?
way exactly?
The struggle by gaslight. The barren
A luta é
smiles
meia
and the
luz, o
added
sorriso
hunger
vazio
under
e a
the
forma
rain.
árida
If
sob
you
a
say
chuva.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped
Quem diria,
humanity
um poeta
raised
andando
across
pelas
the
ruas?
street.
Vivid, of course, yes.
De fato, é afeição por
And what
alguém.
about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about. And that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Cidade louca, né?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like
Among Us.
the wonderful camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak.
Mas a Mong não precisa de coisa não, né? De emulador. Exala bondade e doçura. Mais uma. Ótimo. Ótimo. Novas pistas. Medo de descobrir a verdade.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives, how she survives, whom she may know.
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Da hora, você pode mudar a câmera.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your news.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wife?
Minha musa, carai.
If she moves uptown.
Minha musa. Tá. Ok, eu acho que acabou por aqui, né? Não temos mais nada pra perguntar, estamos, né? Não, beleza, se cuida aí, colega, se cuida aí que eu tenho da fé, viu? Se cuida aí que eu... Rapadura é do... O cara fica... Caraca, que louco. Tem novas pistas daquela dona ali, não tem? A porta foi destrancada, ótimo. Mano, o que os caras ficam fazendo nessa... Que cidade mais louca. Tem uma lata de lixo ali que dá pra catar alguma coisa. Carta de recusa do editor. Queria poder explorar outros lugares. Deixa eu ver se eu tenho alguma pista com essa doida aqui. Essa doida não fala, ela tá escondendo alguma coisa. Conte-me sobre Richard.
I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Pô, a mulher é muda, como é que eu vou fazer ela falar?
Very well. Goodbye then.
Foda, a mulher não fala. Bom, o jeito é eu ir. Eu já falei com esse Couldão aqui, deixa eu ver.
Good evening, Doctor.
É o doido lá.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught you in my investigation.
Ele também quer
If
remédio.
you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London,
Dá remédio pra ele ficar bom também. Aumentar a imuloga. Tratamento para fadiga. Pô, os caras, quando você é legal com eles, você devia dar recuperação, ok. Não.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Se cuida, hein, cara. Se cuida que essa sua cara aí não vai. Trancado.
Locked, all right.
Deve ter um outro lado pra abrir. Deve ter vários lados pra abrir esses bagulhos. Essa mulher não quer falar. Tem que caçar o cemitério então, eu acho. Estrada velha de Witch. Ih, lascura! Minha mina me meteu porrada já. Me meteu. Ela leu o chat lá no reset. Que isso, hein? Que loucura. Nós nem falou nada. Ai. Esse jogo eu tenho que saber, tem que ter um norte, eu tenho que entender o que tá rolando, que não tá. Vai. Fala com ela, quem que manda nesse treco é eu. Quem manda nesse trem sou eu. Mas nenhuma delas tem um show, cedo banana. Resident Evil 7. Cara, deu um chute, ó. Caraca. Acho que doeu, né? Tá, vamos lá então. Aqui o estado é grave, olha. Eu tenho que ver onde que é o cemitério. Caraca, eu nem... E olha, meu... Não, tira essa porra pra lá. Caraca, eles estão lutando contra coisa? Sério? Olha lá, velho, eles estão lutando contra... Que doido. Arranha, eles lutam contra os vampiros também. Quer dizer, pensei que era só contra mim, mas eles lutam contra os vampiros. Sinistro isso. Ah, sai, tô vazando. Que dor. Nossa, que galera. Tem um lobisomem aqui. Fude. Nossa. Tem um lobisomem todinho pra vocês. Ih, maluco. Eu morrendo. Eu não tenho vida. Não. Encarar o caramba. Nossa, tem gente demais aqui. Eu quero achar o cemitério. Nossa, o cara tá... Não é aqui. Olha os caras duelando lá. Olha, eu tenho no celular. Bora jogar um Among Us quando tô... Olha, no celular tem como, no celular. Eu acho que é a mesma coisa, PC e celular, né não? Nem pode montar, é só montar um... Só que tem que ter pelo menos umas 6 pessoas, né? Umas 8 pra ficar legal. Cara, tem que achar um negócio. Na Play Store é o... Pois é, ué. Pô, tá muita gente tá jogando ele, cara. Muita gente faz live dele. Preciso achar o cemitério, eu acho. Ou tem outra coisa para investigar? Ah, tem um ponto de interrogação aqui. Ocorreu um evento desconhecido. Será que eu vou nesse evento? Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Nossa. Imaginem. Você é o impostor! Porra, o cara me metralhando aqui, velho. Não, mas não era... Eu acho que eu vou vazar dessa parte.
It's locked.
Não sei porque que essas coisas ficam fechadas. Só meter o pé na porta. Mais fácil eu ser o impostor.
There's no one in.
Nem não consegue entrar na casa do cara. Acho que eu vou voltar tudo e investigar outro local.
we, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Baron. You pay one way or another.
Tá do outro lado do mapa, então é aqui que eu tenho que ir, ó. Vai que eu acho alguma coisa interessante, né? Que aqui parece que... sei lá. Eu ainda não tenho pista. Eu não sei como é que eu faço achar pista. A parte... É o riquinho. Riquinho no Among. Imagina o riquinho no Among. Só pra pegar um tiquinho de sangue mesmo. Tô indo embora. Só queria um tiquinho de sangue dele. Enquanto eu não descubro o que eu tenho que fazer nessa parte. Cara, o joguinho é engraçado, cara. O joguinho é engraçado. Tá. Ué. Cara, tem muito loading nesse jogo. Deus o livre. Ah, é? Deixa eu ver se eu posso fazer mais alguma coisa aqui de... né? Não, tem que comprar mais. Tempos que não vejo. Ah, pois é, de vez em quando ele faz umas livezinhas, mas ele não é muito, né? Ele não é de fazer lives direto. Vamos lá, vamos... Tá falando comigo? Ele tá querendo ter uma palavrinha. Você quer ter palavrinha comigo? Acho que eu não tenho remédio pra ele. Tem pra PS2? Anemia. Tadinho dele, tá anêmico. Nem eu sabia. Felizmente eu ainda não tenho cura pra tu, não. Ah, tem algum lugar pra me investigar aqui embaixo. Deixa eu ver se é aqui.
It's locked, all right.
Parece que é aqui. É aqui? Dá pra subir aqui?
Stop right now.
Ué, parece que é aqui dentro. Legendado e dublado também. Eu lembro que tinha, sei lá, pra PC tem, agora pra PS2 eu não sabia não. Bom, pediram pra mim vir pra cá. Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa pra cá. Aqui tá todo mundo saudável. Sério que é aqui que eu tenho que ir? Aqui tem um evento. Legendado e dublado. Tim Malucos. Ué, que estranho. Esse poder dele é foda. Esse poderzinho dele aqui é top. Isso que não vai te falar, não. Parece o Shenlong. Nível 4. Quase não são fortes também, né? Por que o jogo me mandou pra cá? Comer um ratinho aqui, né? Já que sinto uma sede de sangue. Vixe. A elástica. Ele tá com sede de sangue, lascou. Aqui não tem nada. O droga, vou ter que matar. Como assim? Ficou bugado? Olha, e ele é forte, ele é resistente. Viu como é que ele é resistente? Época que ainda existia o YouTube. Ah, beleza, um hit ele me matou, pode crer. Um hit ele me matou. Um das séries que tá mais te dando views é o DBD. Ano passado foi o Tomb Raider. Ah, tem muito jogo, né? O load desse jogo demora demais. Não entendi. Tem um novo evento e me pediu pra vir pra cá. Não vou vir pra cá mais não. Não tem nada aqui. Vou sair daqui. Sai daqui. que aconteceu? Tá, eu vou ir aonde eu não fui, então vou pra cá. Meu Deus, mano. Mano, tem que ter alguma coisa pra me fazer que eu não tô entendendo. Nossa, o cara acertou um. Só quero achar uma saída. Esse jogo tá dando load também eterno. Caraca, tem 3 protegendo o portão. Ah, velho. Voltou a live aí? Tá normal aí? Não acredito. Deixa eu ver onde que eu vou voltar. Salve o Senhor ameixa seca e bom. Salva o Senhor derrotando os Skrulls. Mas aonde que ele tá, hein? Ô bosta. Olha a galera que tem aqui, gente. Bom trabalho. Tá, tinha uma coisa mostrando pra cá, né? A porta vai lá e fecha. Bora, meu. Não, parece que esse cara tá por perto. Já pretendeu jogar de novo ou do PS4? Ainda não me chamou a atenção, não. Quer dizer, é aquela coisa, né? Ah, velho, mas que bicho chato! Pelo amor de Deus. Ainda não, ainda não. Preciso passar pelaquela porta. Alien Isolation. Alien pra mim só o do PS1. Sofri pra caramba. Alien Isolation ou Resurreição? Bom trem assim, né? Ah, esse cara que eu falei com ele?
Good evening, sir.
Good
Ué,
evening.
esse que eu não tinha falado com
Why
ele, não.
must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Ah, encontrei um carinha novo.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining...
Mendigos chorões de merda.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. Know I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
É complicado, hein?
Do you require
Vamos ver se ele tá
medical
bem.
Assistance?
Uma nova
Again.
investigação.
A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
Dar remédio.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Do you require medical assistance?
I'm fine, thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Darkness, and every dawn another death.
Não tinha visto esse cara, não. Será que ele é o cara que eu tô procurando? Não, ele não é o cara que eu tô procurando. Até parece que eu já estive nesse lugar. Ué. Ah, eu acho que é nesse portão mesmo. Ai, como esses bichinhos é pela saco também quando faz isso. Ó. Sossego, rapaz. Cara, esses bichos é forte demais. Olha isso, velho. Que bichinhos nojinhos. Nossa, pior que é muita gente. Ui. Ai, morri. Por que ele tá nesse modo de ataque? Ah, tá, entendi. Ele cansa. Tô esquecendo que eu tenho essas seringas, mas né, gastar minhas seringas assim tudo também é foda. Cadê? Ainda tem mais gente viva. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo abrir isso aqui. Ah lá, velho, o pau cantando ali, o cara só tomando uma cachaça. Beleza, hein? Deixa eu ver quem que é esse loucão. Eu tomando um pau na orelha ali e o cara tomando uma cervejinha de boas.
I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy. I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either. You should leave, sir.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right. This isn't the best way to save Andrew.
Nossa, não tem informação nenhuma sobre ele. Aí fica tenso. Seis gatos. Ele vai voltar para... Ah, tá. Então não tem nada. Nada que eu possa falar com ele.
Young man, I am perfectly capable of defending myself.
Ué. Que sinistro isso. Eu queria saber pra que serve esse estojo de cigarro. Eu tenho que pesquisar pra que serve isso. Fazer o que com isso? Estojo de cigarro. Tô... Fumante ou não sou? Bom, pelo menos o personagem não demonstra, né? Fragmento de alumínio.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case.
Pequeno relógio de bolso.
Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Achei o relógio. Vidro de perfume, garrafa de álcool. Codeína. Xelins. Tá, né?
Are you sure you'll be able to reach the docks alone?
Young man, I am perfectly capable of defending myself.
Que estranho. De onde se surgiu, criatura? Faz sentido ele não estar tão forte quando ele não, né? Quando ele não bebe o sangue de pessoas, ele só fica forte com mais forte rapidamente com o sangue de pessoas.
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
Será que não tem mais nada pra cá? Nova investigação. Não, aqui não. Aqui não tem nada não, esse cara não quer nem papo. Aqui não tem nada. Aliás, eu não vi direito. Ah não, não tem não. Estado do distrito estável. Será que é com aquele cara ali que eu tenho que conversar? Deixa eu ver.
Good evening, Mr. Fishman.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishman.
Tem nada pra falar com ele não. Eu já tive aqui, né?
From Seymour to my beloved mother
Ah, o colar. Achei o colar.
That sneaky bastard.
Quem que foi que falou que perdeu o colar?
It's locked, all right.
Aí, como é que abre isso, hein? De quem que é esse colar? Teve alguém que falou que esse colar... Não tô lembrado. É desse cara, não é?
Good evening, Mr. Fishman.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishman.
Ah, so that's where I left
Investigação bem sucedida, mais uma.
Have you no remorse? You don't even deny your crimes.
I have many weaknesses, Dr. Reed, but lying about who I am ain't one of them.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Conte-me sobre...
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
All right. Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Quantas vítimas?
How many? How many
Legal,
victims?
arrumei
It's not
algumas
like I keep
informações com
records.
esse cara.
It happens when it happens.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Stella Fishburne.
Don't you think you should seek
Novas
help?
pistas. Isso é bom.
Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Yeah. Por que sua mãe o está
Why
protegendo?
is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
Faz sentido. A morte é a punição adequada. Compreendo.
I understand your mother's situation. Obtaining justice at the price of betraying her own flesh. It's quite a dilemma.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Ó, novas informações. Ok. Bom. Bom. Consegui pegar várias informações com ele. Isso é bom.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Valeu, hein? Ajudou demais, parça. Acho que ele tá bem, não. Eu dei um remedinho pra ele, deixa eu ver.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Do you require medical assistance?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ah, beleza.
Goodbye, Mr.
nóis.
Fishburne.
Tem alguém... eu não conversei com esse doidão, não.
Hello, boy.
E aí, garoto?
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
Que doideira, velho. As pessoas vão surgindo no jogo de uma forma.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus
Ah,
Kingsbury.
Ruffles. Ruffles é bom, hein? Grande Ruffles. Tá, vamos ver. Sua vida em Londres. Conte-me aí.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer
No
to
meu
avoid
caso é não
it,
arranjar
it's really
problemas. Fun.
Why do people avoid you?
easy. They call me Rufus the Curse.
Amaldiçoado?
Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Você trabalha?
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all.
O que tem em sua
Since I
cabeça?
was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
Ué, não entendi. Vamos ver se ele tá bem.
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
Ah, o que ele tem? Anemia. Eu ainda não tenho, mas eu vou te... Quando eu tiver um remedinho, eu volto pra te dar.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
The fog's been hiding them.
Tem que comprar mais remédio, comprar mais coisa.
I cannot enter.
Ah, a dona tá ali, ó. Ué. Como é que eu vou chegar naquela dona lá? Ah, só bater na porta, né?
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. That's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
I'll leave you then. Good night.
Eu vou ter que enfeitiçar ela?
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change. To change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no
E
mistake.
aí, Sononso,
I just
tudo bom?
reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you believe
Sumiu,
in a
o que aconteceu?
revolution?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Do you still see your comrades, even if you don't agree with their methods anymore?
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
Lembro sim.
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I'll drink at night.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then. Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. That exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, a torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. Now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm sure I'd memorize it.
Nova investigação.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Take this. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Hello, student.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You'd best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I've got responsibilities. And it's not like I've got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colourful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the colour of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London, and here I am.
Do you require medical assistance, Miss Cavendish?
I'm fine, sir. Just have too much work on and not enough sleep.
Do you require medical assistance, Miss Cavendish?
I'm fine, sir. Just have too much work on and not enough sleep.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Clients.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
That's not that bad.
Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
𝙬𝙚𝙢, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. 𝙬𝙚 is one of them.
Será, hein?
Do you need any help?
I'm all right, Dr. Reed.
Do you need any help?
I'm all right, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Times like these, who drinks just as likely to...
It's locked, all right.
You know, it would be nice to see each other outside the pub sometime.
This situation won't last forever. Oh, future.
Good thing we haven't seen Seymour for a while. Even Dyson has stopped coming in every night.
Pubs become right peaceful, don't you think?
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name's Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here, like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Do you need medical help, sir?
Fine, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you?
What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment,
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, mate?
Você vende o quê?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that?
Yes, Doctor. Just that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Can I see what you have to say?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Não tenho filme. Gosto não.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces lately.
Novo esconderijo, ótimo. Deixa eu ver se dá pra fazer alguma coisa aqui. Tinha um carinha que tava anêmico. Que isso? Olha o negócio aqui antes.
I cannot enter.
Olha.
It's locked.
Crush the leech, boys! Watch out for the teeth! I'll kill it! Burn it, boys! Back in this grass!
Esse aqui é duro na queda.
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
You again. What do you want?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really. One of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Don't you see it's an endless spiral? One day, it will be you who will be stabbed, or shot, or worse.
That's what my sweet Edwina always says, that one day I'll get it too. But she says it with the most beautiful smile, my Edwina.
Do you know Edwina suspects you to be unfaithful?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
Do you need medical help, sir?
I feel fine, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Dillon.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the...
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Goodbye, Miss Cox. Good evening, sir. I'm amazed you made it back to the docks alone. Good for you.
Well, I could say the same about you, young man. More to the point, who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
And I am Archer Woodbead. Please excuse my assertiveness. I often forget I'm just an old prune.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the wet boot boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member?
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
If you were such a respected figure, surely you have many interesting stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse.
Oh, Rufus.
I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. 𝙎𝙚𝙟𝙖𝙢 all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout if you catch my meaning.
I'm sure a district as colourful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog, don't you?
If you don't mind.
The sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named. An old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though. Despite her ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Do you still know anyone from the old days?
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me. Boy, she was a beauty back then.
Tell me about the Wet Boot Boys, Archer. I want to know more.
We were there for the families and each other. It was us against the world. We were vicious, tough, even cruel. But we were united.
You sound like you were some kind of radical union member.
Yes, nowadays the communists and gangs squabble over pointless territory. Sounds stupid when you say it out loud.
Tell me everything you know about the Guard of 𝙭.
Andrew never told me what they do. I do know they're vigilantes with military training. Access to some impressive firepower.
And what is your personal opinion about the Guard, then?
This Guard of 𝙭is just another gang preying on the young and naive. Preying on people like my boy. I know how it works. I invented it.
Novas pistas.
Why did your son really join the Guard of 𝙭?
If I believed in a higher power, I'd see this as punishment for my own sins. I deserve it for all the young men I enlisted back in the day.
You don't believe in God, though, do you, Mr. Woodbeat? So why did he join?
Now I think about it, Andrew joined the Guard, not to defy me, but to follow in my footsteps, to make me proud.
So your son has left you nothing to explain his actions? No letter or message?
Not even a note. I'm a proud man, Dr. Reed. But I would kneel and pray if I thought it would give me my Andrew back.
Have you always been so bitter?
It's not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
As a practitioner, I believe science will provide a new standard of welfare. It's just a matter of time.
I'd like to believe you, Doctor. But recently all science has been good for is mustard gas and machine guns.
But what about social progress? What about women getting the right to vote? Things can change for the better.
I've never voted, not once. And my wife, God rest her soul, she was too busy taking care of the kids to vote.
No. Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I'm as fit as an old dog, given the circumstances.
Ok, né? Não custa perguntar. Tá.
It's locked, all right.
The fog's been hiding them of late.
Good evening, madam. It's Dr. Reed again.
Ah, essa dona não vai querer falar comigo, não.
You best come back in the morning, Doctor.
I'll leave you then. Good night.
Tem remédio pra esse menino aqui.
Flesh and blood.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Isso é bom, novas pistas.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
Pessoal caladão. Vou dar o remédio, né, pra ajudar ele.
A real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Tadinho, senão ele vai ficar anêmico. É estranho que desbloqueou alguma coisa, mas... Se cuidem, garoto.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
You've explained so much.
Deixa eu dar uma...
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Conversado com esse cara de novo.
Do you require medical assistance?
I'm fine, thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Deixa eu ver se dá pra conversar com aquela dona lá agora.
I cannot enter.
Não era por aqui? Ah, é aqui, ó.
Good evening, madam.
Cheio de
It's
churrasco.
Dr. Reed again. May I come in?
You best come back in the morning, Doctor.
I'll
Ué,
leave you then.
que estranho.
Good night. Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Do you need help?
No, thanks. I'm fine, but thanks for asking.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care. It's locked. I cannot enter. It's locked. This is despicable.
Foolish girl and her pre-principles. She's got no idea who she's being.
What the idiot had to say first.
Que rola?
Easy, done. It's one of them.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Mr. Albert.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Disgust on every street. Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Tem
We'll
nada
talk
pra falar
again
com ele.
later.
Essa velha não fala nada. Estranho, por que não fala com ela?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
𝙂𝙖𝙣𝙣 needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure. But my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Juramento de Hipócrates. Eu salvei a vida dele.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Acho que ele está salvo.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Fadiga.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Eu ainda não tenho, né? Tá.
I will see you later. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Ela tá com fadiga também.
Good evening, Nurse Brennan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Será que eu tenho alguma coisa com anemia? Eu acho que eu dei pro garoto lá.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. Don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Como assim desconhecido?
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads beyond the hospital premises. I must leave for a time.
Is that so? Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
I hadn't considered that eventuality.
Do be careful, my good doctor. When immortals are involved, the stakes tend to escalate quickly.
I'll return with case solved or carried on my shield. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar. I cannot enter.
E aí, Romário? Acho que eu vou ter que... Deixa eu ver aqui. Deixa eu ver. Como é que tá, Romário? Tudo de bom? É mole. Tem quantos com fadiga? Ajudar esse povo aqui, senão não...
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Que eu tenho que cuidar de alguns algumas pessoas aqui, senão... Sei lá, se morrem, o que acontece?
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Tá, tem mais gente com fadiga.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections.
Ajudar ele.
There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. But thanks, anyway.
Goodbye, Milton.
A dona lá também tá com fadiga. Deixa eu ver se tem alguém com fadiga. Aqui tá todo mundo saudável. É essa dona aqui, ó.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
A mulher já até me olha de lado já.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Só que agora acabou, né? Eu acho que eu não tenho mais não, vou ter que fazer mais. Bom, pelo menos aqui tem mais 2.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else?
Bicho, eu acho que eu não tenho não, tem que fazer mais 2.
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if my missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Bom, parece que por aqui tá todo mundo legal. Só tem uma mulher que tá com fadiga agora. Saudável, recuperação. Só tem uma mulher com fadiga agora, é essa aqui, ó.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Só que eu não sei se eu tenho pra dar ela.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswell?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Eu vou ter que fazer.
I will see you later. Goodbye, Mrs. Goswell.
Vou lá fazer pra ela. E esse cara aqui, como é que ele tá?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Não, ainda não tenho pistas.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Acho que eu vou lá fazer uma... Porque aqui tá todo mundo de boas. Aqui eu tenho feito um bom trabalho. Deixa eu ver. 2 com fadiga? Putz. Tem que fazer 2. Então tem que fazer 2 negocinhos. Isso se eu tiver pra fazer também, né? Não quer dizer que eu tenha. Vamos ver se eu tenho como fazer. Aí, ó, não tenho. Droga. Tem que comprar então. Bom, eu vou fechar por aqui. Tem um campeonato daqui a pouco. Vou lá ver com os meninos como é que tá a situação. Dar uma dormidinha aqui. Aí depois a gente continua. Valeu, pessoal aí que ficou na live. E a gente se vê daqui a mais tarde. Valeu. Fui.